Hello. Happy Wednesday. I'm not used to saying it. Is this actually working? Oh my gosh, this is working. Hey guys. I'm live at this periodically time. Wowzers. Un momento. 1 segundo. I just wanna make sure that I'm actually live. I haven't been live on YouTube ever in my life. Um Wow, it's working. Let me get rid of my name. I know who I am. Oh God, so sorry. I know who I am. I don't even know where this would be from, to be honest. I probably should have done this before. Whatever, we're here. You know who I am now if you don't already. Ay, Dios mío. Well, hello. Hello, beautiful people. What does that mean? No. Hello. If you're here, say something because I'm on StreamYard and I don't actually know who you are unless you say something. I can't even begin to guess, even if you like, unless I watch this on Facebook and I don't really feel like doing it. Anywho, hello and welcome. I have not done this on a Wednesday, just ever in my life. So it's just new to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Um, but things are changing, things are adjusting. Not necessarily on a Wednesday, but things in general are changing. I'm excited. Today is the 1 year anniversary for this ministry. I just wanted to hop on here, as I always say, right quick. I'm not trying to be before y'all long. Huh? If it goes long, it goes long. Hershey on me, however, that's not my intention. Um, yeah, that's just not my intention. But it's been 1 year. So much has happened in the years since I launched this. Um, I do want to talk about like that process and all that, and what that kind of looked like. But first, I just wanted to let y'all know I didn't forget about y'all because I know I haven't posted in a while. Every time, usually I use my phone to record, and then I use my computer for notes and stuff. But because I'm on StreamYard, I gotta use my computer. So you might see me look down or whatever. As always, I'm reading something. I'm not just doing nothing. Um, but yeah, um, I know I've been quiet, but I've been trying to work on a whole lot of stuff behind the scenes. Every time I try to upload an episode or record an episode, God was like, pump the brakes, pause. So I had to be obedient and I had to pause. And here we are. But I didn't forget about the ministry. I wasn't neglecting the ministry. I wasn't trying to decide that I'm going to run away from it because God wouldn't let me, even if I tried, even if I wanted to, He wouldn't let me. That's not how this works. that's not the that's not my relationship with God. Y'all all commenting. I can't see a damn thing. I'm about to say, am I crazy? Hi, Mama D. I love you. Hi, Nikki. Lord, I do gotta keep this open. Um, but yes, yeah, I haven't been neglecting anything. I've just been trying to work on some stuff, gather some things, gather myself. God has had me going through a process that I thought I was finished with and done with and wasn't dealing with anymore. God said, JK, we're gonna run it back. Just it's gonna look different. And also hi Tisa. I'm sorry I missed you. Hello. Um, so here we are. Here we are. Mhm. Life has been lifing, but I haven't just been sitting here just avoiding or running away from anything. I've really been like putting my time in and putting my work in and doing whatever. Hey ma, doing whatever God has told me to do, whether I'm a huge fan of it or not. One thing I'm gonna do is be obedient. I might kick and scream at some point. It might take me a little bit of time, but one thing I'm gonna do is be obedient because I'm not about to have God get my head because thank you. Um, because I wanted to do what I wanted to do and not do what he told me to do. And based on his track record, whatever he's telling me to do, as long as I'm obedient, baby, everything's gonna work out the way that it needs to be. Point blank and the period. It's always going to work the way that it's supposed to when I follow God. If I try and do my own thing, it's never gonna work the way I want it to. But as soon as I follow him, as soon as I'm consistent with him and do what he's telling me to do, he gonna pull up every single time. So yeah, hello Mirabel. I gotta look off to the side because StreamYard is supposed to be showing me the comments, but it make it seem like I'm talking to myself. Folks was commenting and I missed all of y'all. I'm so sorry. Ghetto. Anywho, yeah. So that's where I've been, putting my time in, healing, growing, pursuing God, listening to Him, being obedient, doing behind the scenes work. Um, I can't fully like disclose where things are going right now because I'm still, working things out on my end. But I'm just excited for where the ministry is going in general. And there's some things I just don't know. I'm just, I'm going with God. Okay, whatever you say do is what I'm doing. Um, so yeah, I want to talk about where this ministry even came from. So, hello, nice to see you, Marguerite. Did I say it right? Yes, it's not Margaret, it's Marguerite. It's been a while since I've said your name. Make sure I said it right. 1 year is crazy. So I started a ministry called Unleashed in 2023. And I wasn't really ready for that, but I thought I was supposed to start it. And, you know, maybe I just wasn't really ready and I wasn't putting my time in and doing the things that I was supposed to do. I just kind of started it and just let it, kind of dissipate into thin air. Okay, good. um, but yeah, I was just kind of doing my own thing or whatever. But eventually that had to come to an end. It just needed to we needed to scratch it and start over. And so I thought, me and my brain up here thought it was gonna be a while before something else came along. Um, but God said JK. And here we are. Um, so the ministry, the purpose of the ministry is to pour into women, to help them walk in their most authentic selves, to walk into purpose, to be everything that God has called them to be separate from who they once were, and to be everything that God has ordained and called them to walk into, to be, to show up as, all of that stuff. Coming out of agreement with the old and coming into agreement with what has already been spoken over you and what is new, what God is doing in your life, building women, encouraging women, inspiring women. That's always been the heart of, even when it was Unleashed. It looked different, but like that was the foundation of what the ministry was. And so I knew a ministry was going to come, but I truly did not expect that God was going to be like, okay, so we're going to start with the podcast. That's not what I was thinking, like, whatsoever. I wasn't, but there was like different things that I was starting to think about and feel and just desire. And then the more I just brought it to God, like the more it was like, okay, like this is actually a thing that's gonna be happening. It's something that I'm gonna be doing. Um, and again, I thought it was gonna be later on, but it just didn't work out that way. And hey, it is what it is. So in July, I started working with Taylor Goodrich. She was helping me to like build out the podcast, the mission, vision, all of that stuff, all the things that I wanted to do, helping me to even get to a place where like the name literally came from like conversation of me just saying like I want to create a safe space for women to just be a safe space for women to become without the pain, without the trauma, without the fear of can I, whatever. Like, I want to create a safe space for people because that's what something that God has, allowed me to do and to be. I just bring safety to people and I carry that with me. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. Nobody's perfect, but that is something that God has, graced me to do or whatever. And so as I was saying that, and then I started thinking about the name that my spiritual mom gave me, which is Blossom. And so, I started like connecting the two, and then we have Safe to Bloom. So I was originally supposed to start in August. Yeah, I was originally supposed to. I was originally supposed to launch in like the later end of August. That was our original goal. But at the literal end of July, I started having some memories of some horrific things that I went through as a child. And it just started like progressing. God was bringing me through a healing process. And I'm going to say, unfortunately, from like a human standpoint, unfortunately, it like kicked up, a whole lot of stuff. And it was just really hard to deal with. But thank God, I've overcome. But it was definitely a challenge. And so I had to put it on pause because I was like, I don't even know what's happening. It went from, am I tripping to, okay, I think this is real, to, oh my gosh, this has happened, to trying to process and heal. Just full transparency, I don't care about, uh, what is it? Yes, I'm on YouTube, but they'll be all right. And Facebook, you'll be all right too. Um, I was suicidal for like 2 weeks, something like that. Like a strong, solid week. I was very suicidal. Like I had planned out, like I'm gonna be out of here by this day. I was trying to think of different ways I could do. Like I was trying to be out because what I had remembered was so hard and so challenging to be with. I just didn't want to deal with that anymore. I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to remember nothing. Like I was just done. I was tired. I was done. Not to mention, I had started dealing with trauma in like hardcore, like dealing with stuff in 2023. So I'd already been dealing with stuff for a while, but this was just like a heavy blow. And so we had to pause, I had to gather myself or whatever. And so I'm thinking, once I, I won't say calm down, but like got to a more stabilized place, and it was like, all right, like I'm not really gonna like just be gone or whatever. Um, it was just, it was an interesting time. And so I thought, maybe he'd give me a little break and be like, okay, this is a lot, let's pause. But he kept me going. And I was, now, big dog, because these flashbacks are heavy. You want me to continue to pouring into not even a ministry or the podcast at just the podcast at the time that exists. You want me to like be for real, you know? But he said I was. And so I continued and I was supposed to launch I think a week or two earlier, but I needed to push it back just because I needed more time still. And on the 24th, 2023, I launched and I have no regrets. It hasn't been easy. There have been plenty of times. I mean, I've still been, even after I launched, I still had more stuff I had to go through, more of a process, more healing. I'm still not done. Like, it wasn't like, oh, okay, I launched and everything was perfect. Like, no, I launched and I still had a lot of stuff that I had to, go through or whatever. And so it hasn't been easy, but I can say that it has been worth it. I am so glad that God called me out of my comfort zone, that He called me out of what I was used to and what I would have desired, and then placed me in this place, in this position for His glory, because He's just done, um, He's done some amazing things in my life. And although it's just getting started, like, God is really doing something in this ministry. I changed the ministry name in end of June, beginning of July. July. I did it in July, right before I actually launched the last episodes that I put out, which was a testimony of God healing me from herpes and PTSD. And now it's a ministry, and I have a community and all that stuff. Let's see, what else did I write down? Um, yeah, that's pretty much all. The gist of what I had, just explaining to you where the ministry came from, why it's here. I've been through some things, and I truly, truly, truly have a heart to see people healed, to see people whole, to see people um, walking in everything that God has called them to be, to live life unafraid, to just be bold. Um, and just live life unashamed of whatever thing that they have gone through, because I know what it's like, and I may not be like perfect. I might not have been like, yes, I've made it, I am, perfect Christian first of all, that's not a thing. None of us are perfect. We're all striving to be something and learning and growing. Like, that's the whole point. You don't reach it until you did, basically. um but yeah, I have such a heart for that. And like, God, let me just encourage you really quickly that just because you're going through something and it's hard, and whatever you're going through seems like the opposite, like it feels like, okay, I'm going through this, so I shouldn't be doing this. If God has called you to do a thing, if He has placed you in a position to open your mouth, to do a specific work, to do whatever He's asking you to do, is because you're called and equipped for whatever He's asking you to do. You can handle it all. You can do it all. So don't doubt, girl. Love you too, Chanel. Oh, thank you, Mirabel. You can do everything that God has called you to do, regardless of what it looks and feels like. I felt so unqualified to be ministering to women when I felt so broken. I felt so unqualified to hop on a camera and to encourage people to keep going when I knew what I was facing, when I knew what I was dealing with, and feeling so much shame from the things of the past, and feeling, frustration and anger and all this other stuff. And yet God kept pushing me because He has a purpose for my life. Just because it looks like you're unqualified, just because it looks like I shouldn't do this thing because of who I am and what I've been through, if He called you, it's because you can do it. It's because you're more than qualified, and you have the voice, you have the skill, you have the anointing, you have whatever God has placed in you to do each and everything that He has said that you can do. So, what you have to do is show up. There's so many things I wouldn't have realized is inside of me if I just decided, oh, this is too much and this is too heavy, and I haven't even started yet. and just gave up. There's so much I've learned about myself and what I'm capable of doing, how much of a fighter I am, how much I truly have a heart for the people. Like, so many things I've been able to learn and discover about myself because I decided to show up and to keep doing all the things that God's called me to do. Um, Hello there, Johnny. What are you the what are you what is it? What did you say? The fifth member of Jodeci. Yeah. Hello, man of God. But yeah, listen, do it. Just do it. Just show up and do it. You don't gotta worry about all the other stuff. Just show up and do whatever God is calling you to do. Um, Again, I have the Facebook community. I already stated I've been on pause. Um, but I'm excited to get out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. I, Hershey, me, was definitely nervous to hop on tonight because like I haven't done this in a while. It's been a long periodically time since I hopped on a camera, pre-recorded, live, whatever, to stay and talk to the people. So I was definitely feeling nervous, but I actually am really excited that I pushed myself to do this because I'm just excited about what God is doing. And I'm grateful that He uses me to minister to His daughters. And while Safe to Bloom is a woman's ministry, I mean, I hop on my personal pages to share the lives, right? So, like, there's stuff inside the community that's for women. But if I'm on a live, it's not like if you're a man, you can't be here. Tell your children to come receive the word of the Lord. I mean, I care, okay? But, well, praise God. But yeah, it's open for everybody. It's open for everybody. So yeah, that's that's it. That's all that I have for y'all. I can't really go into full detail yet. I will post and do all the things and say all the things when I can say all the things. It's probably going to be um sooner rather than later, knowing how God is. You know, I gave him a yes in doing this and just knowing how he is. Who knows? It could be tomorrow. I'm just the vessel. I don't know. I just don't know. Doing what he tells me to do. But yeah, y'all, that's it. I'm so grateful that I am still here at the ministry. Oh God, I'm so thankful I'm still here. Y'all have no idea. Woo! I will be able to testify. I'm currently still, as I said earlier, going through a similar but different healing process right now. But I'm just so glad and so grateful that I'm still here today because the enemy literally, I mean, he tried to take us all out. I'm not trying to say that I'm special, but the enemy was trying to take me out since I was a child. He did not want me here for nothing. My voice has tried to be stripped from me, taken from me, all that stuff. And I'm just so glad that I'm still here. Um, Thank you, Chanel. Thank you, friend. Take your time. Don't say that. You can't say that to somebody who can talk. Because take our time, we will. Ah, some people think that I can send 18-hour long voice notes. I'm being petty. If you see this, I'm being petty. Some people think I can talk a lot. And you know what? I don't care about it. Talk, I will. I'm just playing. But anywho, um, yeah, that's it. I really don't have anything else. Um, and testify. I will. Because I got a lot to testify about. Oh God. And I'm taking all of y'all with me. Okay? I've been set free. I'm continuing to be set free. And you think you're going to just know me? And one thing about me, I'm about to end this. One thing about me, if you're attached to me, if you're connected to me, you're not going to be basic, sitting off to the side, not walking in purpose, not walking in your calling. I'm going to push you now. I'm not going to hurt you and push you. I'm not going to push you until you break unless you're supposed to break and, Holy Spirit deals with you to break. But you're not going to be attached to me and just think you're going to have all this stuff on you and it's just going to sit there and just whatever, Miracle. Yeah, that'll work. It doesn't work. So we all gonna get free. We all gonna heal. We all gonna get everything that God has for us. Thank you. Thank you. I will not be taking what's the word? Not denials. Access denied. Your request is denied. You can't sit it out. You can't not walk in purpose and be connected to me. So sorry. So sorry. All right, for real, I'm done. I will be back. Will I announce it? Probably not. Um, Definitely next month. That's not up for debate. The question is just when. But again, way Holy Spirit is probably tomorrow that y'all will see me post something. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. But that's it. Damn, I forgot what I say. It's been so long. Thank you. It is big and it definitely is God. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Okay? All right. Love y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Oh, pause. I will have to post before I do the things because I am changing the dates of when I go live on my social medias and the YouTube page as well. So I will post that. I will announce that. But when the podcast episode is uploaded, I mean, just subscribe. Subscribe and you'll see, you get the notification, ding the little bell, and do the little things, and you'll see it. All right. Love y'all. Oh, okay. I gotta zoom in. So sorry. It's awkward. Love you. Bye.